officials and the other team. Noisemakers are banned. Thank you for joining us, and let's play hockey!
And hello, everybody. Welcome to Braemar Arena, home of the 41st Bob O'Connor tournament at the PWC level. We have the championship matchup here featuring the Wayzata Ice and Minnnetonka Blue teams. Wayzata will be wearing their familiar white with navy blue and gold trimmed sweaters, while Minnnetonka their familiar blue and white. We are going through our warm-ups here. We'll be ready to go in a matter of moments as we will face this off and get you started for the great championship round game. And here we go. We are underway from Braemar Arena. Thanks for joining us here on this snowy afternoon. It's kind of nice, though. It's made everything out there look a lot brighter. Why not? If we're going to go through the snow, we might as well do it right? As it'll be Minnnetonka moving from left to right across your screen. Meanwhile, Wayzata defending from right to left as that first chance came in on goal. That's going to be kept at the line as Minnnetonka, or Wayzata's Reese Engstrom plays the neutral zone. Now that's going to be gathered by the defense as the skippers will play off the near wall. Nice little move there. Quick hands down the rail by Sean Farley. That's going to be played back in behind the net, controlled by the Minnetonka's Eli Wildung. He'll run into some trouble off the far wall as they'll try to find some real estate. Here's an open look, a shot in on goal. Scores! Right out of the box. A goal scored by Minnetonka's Zachary Hovey as he puts his club up 1-0. There was a harmless scrum over off the far wall, and in the game's first minute, it's going to be Hovey that scores. See that? Lots of activity going on there, and he's going to walk out, and he's going to outweight the goaltender, Dennis Koreshi, as he finishes there to make it 1-0. Back underway into the Wayzata zone it goes as the Trojans will look to, or the Skipper's zone rather, as they look to outlet to the near side. Check that. That was Andrew Meissen. I was on the wrong roster. Or wrong number on the roster, if you will. Dominic Oakman, the draw to the near side. That's going to be played back in hard by their Zachary Hovey. Behind the net, that's going to be Easton Spilseth to play to the near side, and it's going to be the Skippers back to center. Hustling through right by the ref. Ooh, nice check there. Mason Miller plays to the corner. Now it's going to be Hovey with it. Off the boards, ahead it goes to Kolasek. He'll carry this one through. That's Jan Kolasek with it. Closing on him with speed was Thomas Spies. Now it's going to be Minnnetonka to the left wing side as they'll play to the center red line, finding some real estate. And who wants a nice little stick lift there defensively by Liam Swenson. Back up into the right wing side, Alan DeMars. He's going to be greeted with a check there on the wall by Eli Wildung. And now it's going to be Minnnetonka transitioning back in across the line. Archer Rambeck to the outside on the backhand. Evan Strobel plays him toward the wall. Now it's going to be Kolasek with it. Back into the corner. Guided around the wall by Strobel. To the near side it goes. There's a nice stick battle again as Minnnetonka plays this one up high at the line. Quickly keeping that as Rambeck as it's played back into the corner. Back up to the line. That was Spies. There's a shot that's deflected back over to the far corner off Strobel. They'll look toward the low slot area. Swatted in again by Hovey. Now they're going to play this off the boards and ahead to the left wing for Willie. That's going to be picked up by the Skippers. Going to carry this one down to the slot area. They got tripped up on the play. And Wayzata muscles out with DeMars to center. He's going to get stopped, and a nice play there by Griffin Schonecker. Back in behind, it's going to be Eli Wildung. Wildung will softly play off the boards to the near side. That's cut down by Farley. There's a stick battle for it there. That's going to be Richard Walls. He'll carry this one to the left wing side. He'll dangle to the outside, pump that one in on goal. Finn Roberts the save. Picked up now by the Wayzata Trojans. That's a pass off the wall that missed the mark, and it's going to make it the length of the ice. No ice on the play. They said the angle could have been taken. That Landry Larson was there. Up to the left wing, cut down there by Farley. Try to play that down the rail, and it's going to be played to center. Here's Strobel. Near side bounding puck there for Engstrom. Tough to handle. Now it's going to be picked up by Van Heck. That shot's it on goal. That's going to be stopped now, Wayzata. Wow, a couple big saves by Finn Roberts in the early going for Wayzata, holding the 1-0 lead. They're going to, that one just missed the mark. That was Meissen that made the pass there to the right wing side. Just snuck it a little bit too quick on the offside there. As we'll take it to center ice in the neutral zone. Skippers will backpedal and regroup. That one goes toward the goal mouth area. Looking to make it 2-0 was Wayzata. Now here they go, back out of the zone. Minnnetonka on the move. Played over to the near side. That was Mason Miller. He'll come in on the forecheck. Spies will jump that route, try to play that to the corner, but instead, Trojans to the line. Larson keeps, nice stick there to keep it alive. Heavier stick there by Oakman to force the turnover, and that's turned over to the corner. Now it's going to be Swenson with it. Swenson looks back toward the middle, and that's going to be picked up by Larson. And here they go with it. An opportunity in on goal. Here we go. It's going to be Kolasek with it. Cuts back to the forehand. Scores! Created some space there on that goal and went bar down. And he puts Wayzata up by a score of 2-0. Take a look at this one on the replay here. You'll see that. Give you a quick look here while we're underway, but you'll see here where the puck oh, that's the first goal, my mistake. We'll get back to that second one in a minute. Back in across the line. 2-0 the score in favor of Wayzata. There's another chance in front. That one's off the glove. Wow, some great opportunities there. That one goes wide of the mark. Here's Willie. Slapper it on goal. Catch glove made. Saved by Qureshi as he'll hang on. Now we can tend to some business here. Let's take a look at that most recent goal. A breakaway goal scored by Kolasik. Jan Kolasik with the goal. Nice effort there. Shrugged off the back check of Jackson Sommerfeld and walks in and scores. And there you have it, 2-0 in favor of Wayzata here in the first period. From the corner it goes. It's played back up to the near side. Here's Engstrom. Now on the tape, Engstrom gathers it back and plays down the wall. There's a centering feed. Nice stick. Oh, that was broken up enough by by Bean, rather, who Sean Bean made the play there. Strobel back behind the net for Wayzata. Waits for Engstrom. Engstrom's going to run into some trouble. Now it's Meissen as the game's first goal. Ahead it goes to Farley. He'll be stopped at the line and in offside it goes. It was Eli Wildung to make that play. New batch of players comes out. Wholesale changes for each club. We'll take it back and reset into the neutral zone there. Face-off pushed ahead by Dominic Oakman. Now he gets a little bit. He's going to go to the net. Looking to find him there was Kolasik. And now it's going to be Minnnetonka to center. Wayzata has some jump here. Near side it goes. Skippers, though, are responding. That was Spiess as well. That one gets away from Larson back into the corner. To gather that one's Oliver Tercy. Here's Tercy with it now. He'll play the boards to the line. That's kept in from the right side by Liam Swenson. Swenson again cuts that one down. Plays that toward the goal mouth area. Swenson again able to keep as he had pressure coming from Miller. Swenson again. He's had that a few times, and now it's going to be Hovey to retreat. Here's Hovey with it. Plays that one to the left wing side. That's off the stick of Willie. And in deep it goes. And that's Landry Larson. There's a puck turned over, back up ice. That's going to be Jacobson. Good defensive play there by Easton Spilseth, who gets it back. He'll play back into the neutral zone. There's Engstrom. He'll chip the boards to the near side. Grabbing that and playing that in is Schonecker. And nice stick there by Sommerfeld to play that one off the wall. To the near boards with some speed across the line. Here they go. That's Willie with it off the end boards. It's going to be controlled and played back in behind by Wayzata as the Skippers gather. Cut off at the line. Nice stick there by Willie. Broken up by Engstrom. Willie sends back in, but that is offside. Up the right wing wall, that's Van Hack as he looks in front. That one broken up at the last second. Was Mason Miller down low with a chance. It's going to be carried back up high. Again, a nice wrist shot taken. That one, Van Hack again to the line. That's going to be Tercey with it. He plays it to the slot area. Skippers keep it alive. Back in behind goes Van Hack. He'll look out front now to the right point. That shot's wide of the mark from Wildung. Off the wall, that's controlled and played to the right side of the cage. Who wants it? It's a loose puck played to center, and it's going to be Tercey to regroup back into his own zone. Tercey will go up the wall with it as partial change occurs. Wayzata looking for control. Nice push here by the Skippers. They've had possession as that's steered out of the corner there by Roberts. Back up to the line, guided down the wall by Wildung. Now that's going to be Hovey with it. Hovey will survey and look back over from right to left on the stick now for Meissen. Ooh, that could have been a big collision there. Batula plays it to the right wing side. Now off the wall and played back in front of the bench area. That's going to be Oakman back into the corner. Here comes Wildung, breaks that one up. Nice play as he has some room up the left wing side. He'll gain center. He's going to try to create as he carries this one wide. He'll be wedged into the corner by Strobel, who comes away with it, fishes it free. Strobel will look to advance that one ahead up to the right wing side for Batula, who is bothered on the play. And now it's on the stick of Spies. Played back in behind Strobel. After giving up the 2 goals, it's been Minnnetonka that's been jumping in the offensive zone with the forecheck. We'll see if this continues and creates some issues on the scoreboard. That's Engstrom behind the net. And Wayzata will try to chase that one out of the zone and can't. That's off the stick of Engstrom again. Now they get into a stick battle over to the near side. Now it's Spies with it. Engstrom watches him to the corner. There's a loose puck pulled out by the Skippers. Shot in on goal. A great look and a great save made there. Some hard work off the end boards, no question. And you'll see that Finn Roberts didn't bail on the post here as he stayed right there. Love that he's standing up right there, by the way. I'm a goaltender coach myself, and I've never understood the knee to knee thing on the ice. A lot of pucks in off ear holes, lots of places you can find. Good job there by the Wayzata goaltender. Over to the right wing side, that's Jacobson. Quickly played in by Sommerfeld. On the tape, that's going to be Willie. Willie back at a cross line. They're 3-on-3. 3-on-4 as Willie's forced wide. He'll try and play that one through to the goal mouth area. And it's going to be picked up by the Skippers as they want to transition out of the zone. So far, no infractions in this one so far. A pair of goals by Wayzata. And that's where we stand right now at 2-0. I don't know. Every time I do that, there seems to be a penalty. You kind of have this sixth sense when you've called probably tens of thousands of games, literally, over a near 40-year career. And boom, there's the penalty. Alan DeMars goes. 11:27 the time of that DeMars slash. Now it's going to be the Skippers back up ice. They're on the power play. That's broken up with the stick there by Hovey. Now back it across the line. That's going to be McIntosh. It on goal. A shot and a save made by Roberts. A good look again. Now Minnnetonka controls. Played toward the slot. That was fanned on the way out. And that'll be gathered once again off the near wall. Pushed back in behind. Swenson was there. Now it's going to be picked up by Bean. That's stolen away. Here they come. They've got some numbers back the other way. That was taken away from the stick of Sean Farley. And here they come back in across the line. Mason Miller will lose the handle there. They'll pin up off the end boards. That's Hovey that was there. Great forecheck. Put in here by the Skippers. Oh, nice feed to the slot. They're going to turn and shoot. That came off the stick of Easton Spilseth. Spilseth down the wall. That will be just offside at the line, as trying to keep that was Brody Dvorak. He stepped in with the puck, and due to step on the ice after the draw here will be Alan DeMars. That's why Wayzata will have killed off the penalty. DeMars back on the ice, and that will do it for the period. A good one for Wayzata. They had a great start as they go up 2-0. We'll have the second period coming up for you here shortly. Wayzata wins the draw, back in across the line. There's an early bid. They scored in the first minute of the first period, and they almost did it again here in the second. A nice bid on the way in there by Batula. Oakman, he'll take the draw. Nice job there. In front it goes. That's going to be Kolasek. He has a goal here. There's a shot in the pad. Save it, a beauty by Koreshi. Wow. That was a great look there. Off the end boards. That's going to be Batula as he stays on it. Nice shift by this group. There's a shot that's blocked. That might have hit Gregory in front as it's played back up by the Minnnetonka Skippers. Wayzata breaks it up. And now it's going to be Spies with it as he's going to turn back in for the Skippers. They'll go to work on the forecheck right now. Ooh, nice inside out, inside in. Oh! Almost kind of like a Who song there. Wow, what a play there. Busting in on goal. They got the defense moving around a little bit there. I think that's Eli Wildug or Mason Miller. Can't get the tucked in jersey. It's tough sometimes. That's going to be Miller. Miller finds the back of the net. Miller very impressively scores that unassisted goal. Nice celly, went down and got it. Jackson Summerfeld. He'll crash in from the line. We're level now we're down by 1 at 2-1. Here's a chance in front. Nice stick save there by Roberts to clear that one to safety. Summerfeld awaits at the line. He's going to lay that one up to the top. There's a shot that's deflected. And now it's going to be Wayzata on the puck. That was Swenson, albeit momentarily. To the far side of the wall it goes. That's Hovey. Picked up by Schonecker. He'll lose the handle. And here come the Trojans on the move with the 2-1 lead here in the second period for Braemar Arena. There's Schonecker to force that one through the zone. No ice on the play. Retreating is Hovey. He's better hurry because he has some trouble coming his way as well. Back over to the far side. That was Kolasek that was there. Now back into the corner. Hovey gives chase. That one's off a stick. That's too far for the defense for Minnnetonka as they'll regroup back into the neutral zone. That was Tercy who played that one. Gets it back. Tercy now watched on the play by Farley. Nice job to put on the brakes. They'll force a turnover. Here's Miller again. Miller across the line, lets a shot go. Blocker pad save. Rebound! Oh, a really good look there. A great scoring chance and a great opportunity there. That was shut down by the goaltender, Finn Roberts. Take a look at this one on the replay here as this will cut across with Miller. Makes a nice little move. But look at this, going to the net and then getting the rebound down low. That was good stuff. Look at those Harrison Van Heck that had that opportunity, the second chance there. Strobel from the corner. The tucked-in jerseys don't make it easy. That one's going to be pushed through. So for you young players at home, if you want your name called or the scouts to know who you are, always best to have it out. Let it be flapping in the breeze, kind of like Mike Madano's did back in the day when he was flying. There's a shot in on goal that Koreshi makes the save. Offensive zone win, steered out of there by Koreshi to the near side. That's going to be Strobel. Down the wall on the tape for Batula. He looks out front. That's turned back into the corner. Summerfeld is there doing battle. Out of the zone come the Skippers. Going to try and carry this one through traffic. There's Nifty. Ooh, a player lost at edge. Now back in across the line. There's a wrist shot. Scores! I believe that was Miller again. Going to work for the Skippers. Ties it up at 2. Take a look at this one on the replay. Let's see this little, that was opened up a little space for him, and that snuck through the stick. And there's your Selly. We're tied up at 2. Cade McIntosh, the goal scorer. Take it back into the Wayzata zone. Mason Miller, the draw. Momentum is all over this Minnnetonka Skipper edition. They've scored the last 2 goals after Wayzata opened with the first 2 of the game. There's a puck that's played back from the corner. That's Spies. Off the end wall, DeMars. Now Wayzata will control. Nice puck protection there. Oh, that was cut off at the line, but that's offside. Nice job off the far side by Batula. Worked a little mohawk with the skating skills there. Back to the slot. Oh, they tried to force that one home, but Dennis Qureshi was there to shut the door. Down low again off the goal mouth area. Puck's loose. They score! Oh, they just kept going after it. That puck was loose. I think Reese Engstrom will be credited with this goal. We'll keep it here and get the replay on the next whistle because I'm not sure who that was.
Scoring for the Wayzata Trojans, number 8, Sean Farley.
Let's say Sean Farley was the player down low that gave his club the lead. This is, they led at 1-0, 2-0, and now 3-2. Minnnetonka had a response. We'll see if they have one here. From center ice, they jostle up on the near boards. And here they go with an angle across the line. That's Batula, as he's going to be watched defensively on the play by Bean. Now that's going to be in possession of Batula again. From the left dot, we'll try to let that one go, and that was broken up by the Skippers. And they're going to transition back out of the zone. Nice stick to break up there, but Minnnetonka regains possession. Nice pass up the middle. Cutting wide and going to the nets. Oakman to the forehand. Coming out to make the nice play there as Qureshi read that beautifully in the butterfly position. Puck is loose to the near side, and here they go. Outside it goes. That's played toward the goal mouth area. And up high off the stick of Lenz. And now it's going to be backpedaled into the zone for Spilseth. Spilseth lost an edge as he'll go after it to the corner with pressure coming from DeMars. DeMars collides with him. Played back in behind. There's Jacobson back behind the net. That's going to be played to safety by the defensive Eli Wildung. Back over to the near side. That's going to be picked up by Strobel. He'll walk from the right side. That one, that was labeled for the short side, but went off the glass. Now it's Strobel again. Loads and shoots. That one misses the mark. High off the glass. There's Hovey. Now the pressure, the ebbs and flows of this game work their way back to the Wayzata Trojans. Skippers find an opening as they'll clear that one the length of the ice as it rolls into the Wayzata zone. There's Miller. Wraparound attempt turned aside by Finn Roberts. Wayzata will clear this one up the left wing side. Big collision at the blue line. A couple of players that ran into each other there. That was played ahead there by the Trojans. Skippers cut off in the neutral zone by Edward Lenz. That's going to be off the stick of Spies. Into the corner it goes. Back to retreat to make the play for Minnnetonka was Easton Spilseth. They'll try to center this one down low. Right there off the side of the net was Lenz. Back up to the line it goes for Swenson. His shot is deflected, and here they go with Wildung. Oh, he nearly sprung his man for a breakaway. That's going to be in on goal. Nice little athletic play there by Roberts to steer that one to the corner. Keeps the play going. Big chance to the slot area as it's going to be gathered now by Minnnetonka. That's Landry Larson, lost the handle. Stays with it, though. Now defensively, that's Hovey to the near boards. Wayzata will break that back out. Here they go through center. They'll cut to the outside. Nifty little play there. That was Oakman. Oakman to the corner, closed on by Eli Wildung. That's going to be turned aside by Koreshi. Up high, crashing down was Swenson. And now it's Minnetonka back to the left wing side. There's a long wrister. That's going to be wide of the mark. Back in behind the net. Around the wall it goes. It's to be picked up there by Willie as he plays to the near wall. Now the Skippers will regroup. D to D they go. Spilseth looks back up the right wing side. It was Schonecker that was there. And now it's going to be chased down on the far side by Hovey. Kept at the line. They'll walk the wall. And now it's going to be Wayzata looking to break through, but nice stick there to force that one in deep. Trojans now from the lower left circle. Play that one back up and out of the zone. On the move, there's Farley. Oh, nifty play to the forehand. He pushes that one just wide. Wow. What a great look there. They'll look back to the slot areas. The Skippers will break it up. They cleared off the near wall. 3-2 here in the second period in favor of Wayzata. We have the Pee Wee B2 championship coming up next. This one right here is our third of 6 championship games played out today here at Braemar Arena's West Rink. Batula, and they're just offside at the line. Back to the corner it goes. Wayzata now looking to create some chances in the offensive zone. It's going to be Strobel as he pulls that one away from McIntosh. All the way around to the far side for Farley. Farley will play this behind the net. They'll walk. Nice stick there by Koreshi to break that one up. Around the wall it goes. There's Strobel. We'll play this one D to D. Strobel will walk. They'll hold this one and shoot. There's a shot in on goal. Puck's loose. Plays over to the near side. Now Minnnetonka controls. Back to center. On the stick for Wayzata's Reese Engstrom. He better, that was dangerous. McIntosh bidding for goal number 2 in the hockey game. There's a foot race for the loose puck. No icing on the play. That's played toward the front of the goal mouth area there. And now on the tape of Strobel. Strobel is bothered. McIntosh is hounding the puck in the neutral zone. That's under Batula. And picked up in the neutral zone. They're having possession changes frequently here between the tops of the face-off circles. There's Roberts with the stick save. Turned over the near boards. Back in behind the net. That's going to be Strobel as he's going to chase this one down. He'll look over left wing on the outlet for Kolasek. He has a goal. Here they come. Wayzata's Batula to the right wing side. Nice pass across the line. They're onside as there's Oakman that goes down on the play, and Minnnetonka will work this one back up ice. Here they go through center. Nice back check, good back pressure by Oakman that forced that turnover. They stay onside at the line. Do the Skippers? A shot that came from long range there. In on goal by Wildung. Over to the near side once again. Nice play. It's actually Miles Gregory that had that shot, and again, some great play up here on the near side. Gregory creating some trouble. Turn back over. Gregory is there. He's going to load and shoot. That hits traffic. Wayzata now back up through center ice. They're going to carry this one from left to right on the angle. And that will do it for the second period. Wow. Fast-moving second period as Wayzata takes the lead into the third period, up 3-2. Good period for Minnnetonka as they strike twice. We'll have the third coming up shortly. ready to go here at the third period. And Minnnetonka gets the draw. They're down by 3-2. They'll look toward the slot area, the offensive zone. They go to work. That's McIntosh. He wants the wraparound attempt. Roberts was there just in case. Now it's Hovey up to the left wing side as he was looking for Willie. All the way over to the far wall it goes. That's Spies. Now he gets some help in the corner. Up to the line. There's a shot from long range there from Spilseth wide of the mark. Ooh, they nearly had a chance to wrap that one from behind the net, but instead it's covered and handled there by the goaltender, Finn Roberts. That one's deflected away. Wayzata Minnnetonka controls at center. That was Wildung, stolen away there by Farley. Farley to the right wing side. That's turned aside. Nice save by Qureshi. Off the boards in deep. That's Meissen. And here comes Minnnetonka. Nice play back out through center. It's going to be Cade McIntosh. He'll carry this one wide. He's got a man in the net as well, and a nice save. What a save. Wow. Pouncing out to cover that one up was Roberts. He keeps the lead intact at 3-2. Here's the Roberts save for you there as you'll see how this one unfolded. McIntosh. He's got a man going to the net and Van Heck as well. Nice save, nice control, good athleticism to get out and pounce on and cover that puck. Played back from the left wing. Minnnetonka will control. That's Gregory. Whoa! That one nearly snuck through and took Qureshi by surprise. Landry gathered up the loose puck and played it up to the left wing side. Muscling down the wall is Mason Miller. Now there's a shot from long range again. That by Miller to the near side. Landry comes over. He's watched on the play by Batula. Gathering that from the corner now, it's Hovey. Up to the near side, looking toward the middle and playing it there. That's off the stick of Batula. Batula will try to work his way in against Oliver Tercey, and that will be whistled down for an offside call. The collision over off the far side. They'll keep it at the line, and Minnnetonka slides over, plays to an open wing. Staying strong on that puck was Schonecker as they advance it back into the offensive zone. Schonecker and company. That's peeled off the wall. And nearly had too much stick there on the potential hook, but no. They are good, and now it's going to be an icing call. Back the other way we go. Up to the line it goes. Oh, there's a chance down low, loading and shooting. Oh, wow. Qureshi came out and he challenged Sean Farley there. Kept it a one-goal game. There's a shot from long range from Engstrom that was deflected wide. Now they're going to play this one to center ice. 1-goal hockey game here in the 41st annual Bob O'Connor tournament from Braemar Arena. Oh, inside out. There's a shot in on goal there by Myson looking for goal number 2. Koreshi's had a great game, very steadying back there for Minnnetonka. Back up through center ice on the move. Back in across the line. There's some nifty play by Ram back into the corner. Rambeck will stay with it. That's off the skates of Farley, and that's going to be underneath the stick. That will not be enough for an icing call, as we'll have to regroup. Turning back up ice on that puck, it's Jackson Sommerfeld to the line. Some pressure was Kolasek. And now it's going to be played back through the traffic there along the wall. Nice patience there to stay on that puck. Ooh, that one was a great look there. Now it's going to be a foot race. Wayzata. Will Dung looking to close the angle. Did a great job forcing him to the corner. Textbook defensive play there. Crashing down, it's Oakman. He'll win that on the pinch. Good job there. Canceled neatly there by Van Heck. And now it's going to be Oakman, Van Heck, and then joining the fray will be Batula, as finally it's the Skippers to fish out of the zone. Here comes Minnnetonka on the move. A little more urgency here in the third period. Backing across the line. That's Eli Wildung to play behind the net. That's going to be stolen away there by the Trojans as they'll play to the line and out. Minnnetonka will regroup back on the stick of Sommerfeld. He plays it away from the grain. Nice play to the near side. Down the wall goes Harrison Van Heck. He's going to be stopped. And now it's going to be Wayzata trying to muscle it up the line, but that's stopped by Wildung. Down the wall it goes. Nice positional play by McIntosh. He'll find it from the corner. McIntosh back in behind. Wraparound attempt. That's going to be stopped by Finn Roberts. Up high it goes. Roberts watches that one wide. Minnnetonka on the move here. Stay on that one. Wildung deflected wide of the mark by DeMars. Now Wayzata will look to break out over to the right wing side. There's Farley. Now it's picked up at the line. There's a shot in on goal. That one came off Eli Wildung. Wildung could not quite get the stick on that one, as he will head to the bench. Down the right wing side goes Spies. Wayzata, ahead it goes off the stick of Minnetonka's Landry Larson. And that one spins away from traffic as Larson will play in. Nice job with the stick there by Spilseth to break that one up. Spilseth has Larson on the near side. Instead, he's going to keep it himself. Here comes Sean Farley with some pressure. Back in behind the net it goes. Spilseth was there, back up to the line. There's Spies with a shot that's deflected. Oh, they've got a man in the neutral zone. That's Farley. Can he get there? Foot race, but just too much in the tank for Landry as he chases that one down back out of the zone. Landry with it, with some speed. Wow, accelerates across the center red. Landry's going to be bothered on the play. Nice stick by Strobel to break that up as he'll play that to center. Oh, they have a possible breakaway. Nice job to get it alive. There's Oakman. Oakman to the backhand. Pad save. What a great save made there by Koreshi. Oakman on the breakaway. Did a nice job to gather that puck. Give himself a scoring lane and angle, but Dennis Koreshi shuts the door beautifully. Watch this. Nice job to keep that alive. He had pressure coming all the way along with Spilseth. There's one save, but he had to stay with it and get it covered. From the face-off, back in behind the net. Skippers play to the line. It's going to be Engstrom to keep and play back in. Now it's Oakman. Along the wall it goes to Kolasek. Turn back up ice off the stick of Tercey. And now it's going to be the Trojans sending it right back in with Kolasek. Now it's Wildung. Wildung will play this one across to the left wing side. That was Miles Gregory who tried to advance it ahead. Off the end board, that's going to be Kolasek looking toward the slot. Minnnetonka will break that one up as they'll work this one back up ice. It'll be turned back into the stick of Dvorak, as now it's Dvorak who plays that one back into the corner. There is Alan DeMars. Here comes a foot race for the new puck on the near side for Strobel. Strobel with pressure around the wall that goes. Petula. He's cut off by Schoenecker. Now it's Minnnetonka from the left circle. They'll load and shoot, fought off by Roberts. They went up top with a high shot there. It's a shot that's in on goal that Roberts gets a hold of. There's another shot that's deflected wide. In on goal. Clock is running down here. They want him to shoot the puck as much as they can, as you can hear. Played back down the wall by Wildung and picked off. Nice little play there. Oh, good defensive play. Oh, and that was going to be pickpocketed there as that's sent right back in off the stick of Oliver Tercey. Cut off at the line. Here comes Minnnetonka with a look and a bid. McIntosh wanted to create. And now it's going to be a nice little move there by Eli Wildung, but they're offside at the line. There's a whistle. We'll bring it back out at center. There's a chance in front. Scores! Oh, a great opportunity there. And that's a big goal scored by Minnnetonka. You'll see how this one came about. They take the 2-goal lead. They reclaim it on this goal here. There's a puck. Nice stick that's turned over there. That's going to be Meissen. And that's his second of the game. As his team goes up 4-2 here in the third period.
Scoring for the Wayzata Trojans, number 16, Andrew Meissen.
Meissen with the goal.
Unassisted. Meissen, unassisted. Top of the goal, 10:06. The third period.
10:06 the time of the goal. Getting late here in this one. There's a chance in front. Minnnetonka, they've pushed back. Every time they've been put down by a couple goals, they fought back to a 2-all tie. Now it's played off the end boards. That's going to be Swenson around the wall. Back up to the line. Nice job to get there. Just too many white sweaters. Now it's Petula. Net is empty here. As Minnnetonka will try to work the 6-on-5 down 2. Nice move through the zone there. Back out of the zone they go. That's Wildung. Now he plays that one ahead for Spilseth. Spilseth from the corner. In on goal. Finn Roberts the save. Now from the line, there's a wrist shot spill set through traffic. Somehow Roberts looked that one into the glove, and he hung on. The crowd loved it. Nice save there for the Wayzata goaltender. That was a really good save. And that one was stopped and held on to. Wrist shot blocked again. And now this is going to be played off the end boards. All the way around it goes. Up to the line, Spilseth. That's off a glove and played into the corner. McIntosh. He'll try to play that one toward the goal mouth area. Wayzata comes back away with it with Strobel. Strobel up the wall. Minnnetonka throws that one toward the goal mouth area as they'll handle it one more time. McIntosh back up to the line. That's going to be Spilseth. His shot's blocked. Wayzata has the empty net, and they finish the deal. There it is. Nice job just to win that battle. 3-goal lead. And if that's Meissen, that's his third of the game. .12:28 the time of the goal on that unassisted marker as it travels back into the Minnnetonka zone. As that'll do it, folks. The champions of the PWC division of the 41st annual Bob O'Connor tournament goes to the Wayzata Trojans. Very impressive 5-2 win there as they go on with quite the hockey game. Minnnetonka with a nice push, but just not enough for the Trojans. We'll keep it here for the trophy ceremony, and we'll bid you adieu right after.
Congratulations to both the second-place Minnnetonka Skippers and the first-place Wayzata Trojans on a great Bob O'Connor tournament. What a representative from each team, player, or coach. Please come to the penalty box and receive your trophy and medals. Thank you.